Good morning, welcome to Planet Mojo. Today is the day for the long overdue cleanup in the wood shop. Yeah, it's like we have all the ghosts of woodworking past here. All of the stuff that is in here is from working on the tiny house. I would run down here, cut a bunch of boards, bring them back up there. I did the painting down here, which reminds me, I'll show you the video of me getting this stuff painted. It does need some touch up, so I'll get that done today as well. But yeah, just tons of stuff. This is from cutting the fillers for the soffits. Got the painting stuff here. Yeah, we still have all of the cutoffs from the trusses. The trusses have been in for a couple weeks now. Yeah, there was just no time to clean up, so I'm gonna do it all in one day, and that day is today. Yeah, this is from the skylights. The skylights were sitting right here, and just a bunch of stuff on the bench that needs to get put away. It's really not that bad, but it's going to take all day. And I have a bunch of stuff out in this garage area. I got to get that cleared out and get the lawnmower back in. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get all that done today, because there's also a blow-up hot tub out there. It was drying. That needs to get put away. Yeah, just things to do everywhere. And I also need to consolidate the last of the stuff for the tiny house. This is all stuff for the tiny house here, and I have another pile out in the garage area. I'm going to have to bring them together and go through them. I have a good deal of returns to do. And I have tons of this leftover scrap plywood and OSB T111. I got to figure out what I'm going to keep, and I'm going to have to do a burn today. I have bits and pieces of the old tiny house skin here. Kind of hate to throw them away. That place had a lot of memories, but as I've said before, we'll just make some new memories there. Can't keep this stuff laying around. And I got to go through all of this. I got to figure out what else I need for the tiny house, and I'm going to be stacking up a whole bunch of stuff for returns, like this 123 primer, the dark gray primer. I used up the last of that green paint that we had as a primer on these parts, so that's not needed. We'll need some primer, but we're going to need that later on, and not the gray, so we'll take that back. Okay, well, as usual, the biggest problem with a big job like this is where to start. I think I will start by getting that priming done, so that has time to dry, and then we'll move on to the central floor here. We used 5 gallons of paint, and this is the very last of it right here. That's 2 coats on the entire exterior of the tiny house. Seems like a lot of paint, especially at $40 a gallon. But the tiny house is very well painted, and this is good paint. All right, while I get this little bit of touch-up done, I'll let you watch the priming and painting of these very same panels. They're primed in the green. That was the first color that Natalie chose, and it just looked kind of goofy. So we switched to the blue, and we had 3 gallons of the green and 2 gallons of the blue because we used the green as a primer. All right, I'll show you the video now. All right, this is all I've gotten done today so far. Well, besides doing the touch-up painting on those panels, I sorted through all this stuff. All of that is scrap. It's going over to the burn pile. Oh, I had to go out in the garage area and empty out the gator, and that took a while as well. I'm going to open this door, get all this stuff loaded onto the gator, and then continue my cleaning. That was actually a big thing, sorting through all that stuff. I had panels here, panels over there, panels everywhere, and I still have bits and pieces of stuff all over in this area. All that's got to go to the burn pile as well, right here as well. So yeah, it's a real shame that this heater puked out after less than a year. Holy moly. It's a Mr. Heater Big Max, and as far as I can tell, the motor's the only thing that's shot, which isn't that big of a deal, but it looks like even to just replace that, the wire for it goes into this compartment over here. Who knows what all has to be done just to replace that motor, or if I have to cut the wire and splice wires and stuff. What a pain in the butt. All right, I'm going to get that stuff loaded and do a little more cleaning, and then I'll get back to you after that. I am really losing time here because of this thing. Okay, it's the next day. I did get that stuff loaded into the gator, but as you can see, it snowed overnight. Looks like we have almost 2 inches on top of that stuff. Just great. I had to go and try to get a hold of the Mr. Heater people, and no results. They don't answer the phone. They don't answer any texts. They don't answer emails. I have no idea what's up with them. Really pissing me off. But I'm back out here again today after trying to get a hold of Mr. Heater all morning. Again, with absolutely no results. So, we'll get back at it. I got all that stuff out of here. I just got to do a lot of sweeping, it looks like, and a little bit of organizing, and that should do it. Let me get this area right here done, and this area right here, and then I'll get back with you. So, that snow day that I showed you just a bit ago, that's obviously gone. That took like 3 days to go away, maybe even 4 days. And I was working on that heater, trying to get a hold of them for a couple days. Finally got a hold of them, and they shipped a new motor that arrived in 2 days. That just shows you how long this video has taken. I started this video, I think, 12 days ago. Might be 10, 11, 12, somewhere around there. And then right away, I got interrupted with the heater breaking down. So in the meantime, I finished up painting those panels that were in here, and I took them out. I was going to dry fit them before the hunters arrived. I set up ladders and got everything ready to go. And I was doing that because it was supposed to be really nice the next day, but it was really nice that day as well. So I just put the panels up. Let me go show you that real quick. So once the snow thawed out over here, there was snow right along the edge where I needed to work. So I put a heater on the inside overnight, and that got rid of that. Set up the ladders and everything, was gonna get ready to do it the next day. And I decided, well, I'm gonna see what that center one looks like in place. So I put it up there, and one thing led to another, and I just got it done. It fit beautifully. You can see the step flashing going up underneath it. So now the bottom edge of that blue panel has a back bevel of 10 degrees that goes up and back, and both sides of that are painted. The bottom edge has 4 coats on it. It has 1 coat of that rot restore stuff and 3 coats of the actual paint. And it looks really beautiful up there. It's kind of making the old trim look shabby, but we're going to do that next year. This itself looks really nice. So during this time, I cleaned up out here, took the staging off, covered up the holes from the staging, got this completely done and ready for winter. So now, as far as outside here, I just need to get some staples along the bottom, and there's a couple areas along the top, and then I'm done with this outside stuff for the rest of the year. It's already watertight the way it is. It's all dried in. Yesterday, I got up on the ladder. There was one leaky screw on the roof right in this area somewhere. So I got up there and I pulled that screw out, put a new screw in that was straight. It was a little bit crooked, so it was leaking. Put a new screw in that was straight, and I used a little bit of roof caulk on the bottom of the screw. Another thing I did yesterday was pull this flue cap off. I never put that on permanently, and I needed to get some caulk on there because whenever it rained or we had snow melt, that was dripping on the outside here, rolling around to the bottom and going into the pipe and then filling up the bucket on the inside. It has a drain in there, and I needed that to stop because it was just way more water than I wanted to come in there. This thing has almost no condensation, so there really shouldn't be any water in there at all. So I got that done as well. So the warm weather continues. So today I'm going to take care of the downed trees. Got one right here. There's 2 or 3 in the field right here. There's one right back there. And there's at least 3 of them on this loop that I know of. The guys that came up here for hunting said there's a good sized tree down on the rock road. So I'm going to load up the gator with the chainsaw and head around and take care of all these trees. And then I'm going to be loading the gator up with wood that I cut in the spring and the wood that I cut today. And I'll probably cut again tomorrow. And I'm going to be doing a bunch of splitting and stacking the day after that, I believe. I'll make videos of all of that. So if you want to see it, make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comment section below. And if you share the video and or give it a like, it helps the channel out greatly. Thanks for watching and have a great day.